No
Sir,
matter
I'm going to find you in contempt if you keep talking over me and being disrespectful.
to what
Sir,
I was
please don't
asking.
interrupt me.
That's why I had a question
Sir,
when you're done.
stop. If you want to
Before I get to that, I
represent,
had questions.
sir,
That's what I'm saying.
stop.
I have
Stop
before that
interrupting me.
party. So
Sir, quit repeating yourself.
if there's a hurt party, can you present the hurt party to me?
I may have to find you in contempt. Is that what you're trying to get
I'm
me to?
not arguing about the court. I'm trying to understand.
Can you not understand what I'm saying?
What
Sir, you
did you
better
not?
go back to law school because I don't think you got the education you need to represent yourself.
This sovereign citizen just got absolutely demolished in court by a judge who wasn't having any of it. From the moment it starts, this guy just won't stop talking, and every word digs him in deeper. He's facing a DUI charge, but comes in acting like he's armed with Facebook law advice. How do these folks still believe this stuff works in real court? Let me know in the comments. What would you guess his IQ is? Let's roll the footage and watch the judge take him to school.
This is case number 2023 TR3-00060, State of Kansas versus Isaiah S. Curvin. Now then, Jill Gillette, County Attorney, appears for the state, and the defendant, Isaiah Curvin, appears in person and pro se. This is the pretrial hearing. The trial is set for jury Wednesday and Thursday of this week. February 7 and 8, there is one count of operating a motor vehicle without a valid license. Now, that seems to the court to be you either had a license or you didn't. Of course, the burden would be on the state to show there was no license, but Mr. Curvin, are you challenging that? Are you saying you did have a valid license?
No, I had a question before that about the jurisdiction. I was challenging jurisdiction because I had a question about that.
Okay.
I wanted to know the cause and nature of what's bringing the suit against you. So I really didn't understand.
All right. Well, the people of Kansas, as you probably know, get together ever so often and have elections to elect people to represent them in Topeka, the state capital, and those legislators pass laws that are for the good of all of us in theory, maybe in practice, and then we are to follow those laws. One of the laws at some point in time that those legislators made was that if we are going to operate a motor vehicle in Kansas, we have to have a valid driver's license. And if you do not have a valid driver's license when driving the automobile, it is to be treated as a Class B non-person misdemeanor. And they set the penalties of up to 6 months in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. So the authority comes from the people of the state of Kansas that pass the laws through their elected representatives.
It's clear this guy doesn't even understand how to properly ask for a jury trial, and that's a huge problem. He's walking into a buzzsaw with this no-nonsense judge, and honestly, he's not ready. The way he's sitting there, it's like he thinks he's at a drive-through, not a courtroom. Completely surreal.
And they also pass laws, have judges, and I'm one of those judges that presides over these type of cases. They also pass the law that you can't have a jury trial for this type of offense. And so that's the authority, that's the nature of it. It's a traffic case, but it's also designated a criminal case, a B misdemeanor. So does that help you with your question, sir, or is there something else we need to address?
Well, yes, I have another question. When you say it's been a criminal, would that it gives the court two ways? 6th Amendment actually gives the court two ways to do it. They can do it through either common law or is it colorable maritime admiralty law? Which one am I want to be tried under? With jurisdiction?
This is neither common law nor admiralty law. This is criminal law under the Constitution of the state of Kansas, as affected by case law and federal law, of course.
So it's neither common nor color.
That is correct. That is correct.
So which one? What am I going to be tried under what jurisdiction I fall under so I can properly move and so I can understand how to defend myself.
You're being tried under the criminal jurisdiction of the Kansas statutes.
Statutes, but under the Constitution, it grants you only two, and it has two criminal matters. One has to be common law, the other has to be the maritime.
Judge Webster is handling this like a seasoned pro, calm, focused, and zero tolerance for nonsense. What's wild is this guy didn't file anything. No motions, no formal jury trial request, nothing. As Miss Glett pointed out, most sovereigns at least bring some kind of paperwork. But this dude, he's just tossing out random legal phrases, like he's doing stand-up at traffic court.
I want a lawyer. If I want a lawyer, I'm not moving forward because I'm not understanding where we're still going under here. Where you're telling me like it's on the criminal matter. If it's on the criminal, if it makes a criminal matter, that means it has to be like some injured party. Where is injured party at?
I'm going to order that you appear at the courthouse. Where are you parked right now?
I'm in Texas.
You do know your trial is Wednesday and you have to physically be present in the courthouse. It is not a
Before we get to trial, I'm trying to figure out the jurisdiction. You said everyone knows what the jurisdiction is.
Well, if you don't want to submit to the Kansas jurisdiction for your live trial on Wednesday, I can get you a warrant and you can be brought before the court.
Or she answered his questions clearly and he's still pretending not to get it. And let's be clear, he's completely wrong about the Sixth Amendment. It guarantees the right to be informed of charges, not to turn court into a TED Talk. These random questions he keeps firing off, just wasting time and testing the judges. Patience. Rookie move or classic sovereign citizen show? Sound off in the comments.
Yes, I'm appearing in person right now. I'm doing my duty to appear, but you're not telling me.
We're not having a Zoom jury trial.
They're not telling me. You're not telling me you're not even telling me what the nature of the cause. You're not even telling me if it's common law. If it's common law, then you telling me that it's a criminal. If it's criminal, then there should be an injured party. I'm asking, where's the injured party? Can you bring the injured party forward?
Mr. Kervin, you are set for jury trial.
But before we even get to trial, man, you still haven't answered my questions. I still want to know the cause of nature of the matter.
Sir, I'm going to find you in contempt if you keep talking over me and being disrespectful.
Ma'am, you keep not even answering my question before we get to jury trial. You're just setting it.
You are now found in contempt.
That's it.
We will deal with your consequences Wednesday at the jury trial. This is set for jury trial. It's going to cost the taxpayers some money, so you better make sure you're ready to go to jury trial come Wednesday. You better make sure you're not in Texas. You better make sure you're sitting in the courtroom in Greenwood County, Kansas. That's Eureka, Kansas. Do you understand, sir? Any questions about?
I still have questions that was never answered.
I'm not your attorney, sir. I'm your judge.
Yeah, I know you're not our attorney. I'm asking you, Judge. I'm asking for legal violation. I asked you what was your legal intent. You still haven't told me what your legal intent. I asked you what was the nature and cause of this.
My legal intent is to conduct a jury trial on you Wednesday with the jury.
And what was the nature and cause of this whole before all that?
The nature of this charge is that you were allegedly operating a motor vehicle without a license in Greenwood County, Kansas, November 9th, 2023. That's the nature. Now,
and you said it's and I asked.
We're not doing this.
I said a question. So when I asked you what jurisdiction, the Constitution grants the courts the two jurisdictions. Which one is common law, and the other one is maritime admiralty law. You said it's neither one of them.
Sir, you better go back to law school because I don't think you got the education you need to represent yourself. You either need to go back to law school or go to law school or get an attorney, sir, because you don't understand that which you're speaking of. So be ready to go. And if you're not here and ready to go, Wednesday, I will issue a warrant for your arrest.
Your Honor, I still have a question. You still haven't answered my question before you dismiss.
I asked you which law. Sir, I am not
under the Sixth Amendment, right? Under the Sixth Amendment, you have the
okay, I'm going to fine you. I'm only going to fine you $50 for that first contempt.
$50 for what? What don't
for
understand? Like,
continuing to ask the same questions over and over after.
I'm asking. You never answered it. You never told me
I'm going to object. It's been
which
asked and
jurisdiction it was.
answered. It's been ruled on, Judge. We need to proceed to the next step.
Mr. Kervin, do you want a jury trial or a bench trial?
Honestly, at this point the judge should just lay it out. Contempt charge or jury trial? Pick one. Enough of this back and forth. He's clearly trying to stall things out like the case will just disappear. Court isn't a place for legal fantasy. It's like watching someone try to play chess by juggling the pieces. Completely pointless.
We have tomorrow open. Let's see. We've got a 9 o'clock docket. What do we have going on tomorrow afternoon, Missy?
We have first appearances, and I haven't looked at them yet. And then,
Okay, and then we have 3:30.
yeah, we have a couple at 3:30, and then we have a 4 o'clock case.
Ms. Gillette, can I continue this for further pretrial hearing with the live hearing, defendant present tomorrow at, what do you have? Can you fit me in at what, 2:30, Missy? Do you have time then? Pick me a time. Give me about a half an hour tomorrow that you can fit me
I
in.
think our 11 o'clock went off. Let me.
I was going to say
Are you saying I have
11 o'clock is the perfect time for the state, Judge.
Well, but I've got to give Mr. Kervin, I've got to give, sir, please quit interrupting. This is not a free-for-all. Ms. Gillette, we've got to give him time to drive up from Texas.
Yeah.
Well, if he doesn't have a license, he can't drive. We have to give him time to find someone who can drive him up here, or give him time for a plane ticket, or however he wants to get here.
1 o'clock p.m. from 1 to 1:30. Then we can start the first appearance docket at 1:30.
Sounds good. Okay. Sir, this is going to be a live pretrial hearing tomorrow at 1 p.m. You must be
I cannot make it tomorrow, ma'am. I'm in Texas. That's what I was trying to tell you from before.
Well,
You told me you said Wednesday at first, and now you're saying tomorrow.
Well, your jury trial is Wednesday. Your pretrial is continued to 1 p.m. tomorrow. There is no law that says I have to give you a Zoom hearing. I try to do that as a courtesy.
I could do the Zoom, but I will move to drive because just where I'm at, like I'm already like right here by San Antonio. It's like about a 14-hour drive. Like even if I drove right now, I would still wouldn't make it to probably 2, and I would drive just like 32, 14. That's like half the day driving. Now I don't have nobody to drive like that. You know, man. Like that's why
if you don't have a license, you better not be driving, because then that'll be another violation of the law. But that's my order. Be here at 1 o'clock tomorrow. Live and in person. If you're not here, then most likely a warrant would issue for your arrest, and we'd go from there.
Well, I'm telling you, if I wouldn't make it, what's my other option? If I'm already in Texas, not to, that's hours away. You know, it's like about 4 different states.
Well, sir, you came to Kansas. You violated the laws allegedly in Kansas, and you've taken up a lot of the court and counsel's time. So,
well, I was told the officer said he told me I can take care of it from Texas. I would have to come back to Kansas when I got the rest of the ticket.
I have always told you that the trial would be live. Don't be pulling that on
No,
you.
no, not you. I'm talking to the officer when I got the ticket when I first got it. I let him know I was just coming through Kansas. You don't live here. He said normally it's to do video and stuff because it's different state.
Normally it is, but I'm ordering that you be here in person tomorrow at 1 o'clock. And anything further, Ms. Gillette?
Nothing at this time.
Hold on, my phone cut out. Hold on. So,
Mr. Kervin,
say it again, ma'am.
any motions you want to take up tomorrow at the pretrial, you better have them filed by 5 o'clock.
Seg, is he really this clueless, or is he just pretending? Hard to tell. Might be a mix of both. The judge has asked the same question 6 times, and he keeps dodging it like he's in a dodgeball championship. This isn't confusion. This is delay. Tactics. He's clearly reading from some sketchy Facebook legal script. Time for a contempt charge and to shut this circus down.
O'clock tonight with copies served on the prosecutor, or I'm not going to entertain them tomorrow. You've had a long time to get those on file, and you haven't done it. And I'm through with repeating myself over and over. So at this time, you owe the court $50 for contempt. We'll address that tomorrow as well. Okay, we'll be in
And when
recess.
I have a
Thank you,
question
Judge.
before we go, when you said the when you said like how to file the motions and everything, did you receive my special appearance motion or anything like that?
Nope. No, sir.
You hadn't received it from last time?
Nope.
I filed that before.
No, sir. I don't know what you're doing with them, but we're not getting them here.
I was told that you had received them through email, or I sent the email
Okay,
through. I sent it a few
sir.
times. Not like that was the only way.
If you can't figure out how to do it on your own, then you need an attorney. And I have told you repeatedly that if you cannot afford an attorney, you can
No, they
apply,
told me
and I will appoint one.
they told me they had received them before. That's why I was understanding. Like you say you never received them, but you say you received them before. Like the first time we appeared, and then I actually I haven't received them. I
Mr.
haven't called.
Irvin, just because you keep repeating something doesn't mean you're going to get a different result.
No, I haven't repeated. I'm asking like they never received it, but they told me they did. That's just
You keep saying the things over and over, thinking like you're going to get a different result, and the answer is going to be the same every time.
okay. You have a good day, Your Honor.
And I seriously cannot wait to see how this unfolds. And don't worry, I'll post the follow-up the second it drops. If this guy doesn't lawyer up soon, he's headed straight for max penalties. Also, how does he plan on getting to Kansas if he's stuck in Texas and can't legally drive? This whole thing is spiraling fast.
We need to move on. I've made it clear to you, it's a couple of hearings now that you're being tried in the District Court of Greenwood County, Kansas,
Well,
under the laws of the state of Kansas. And we're not going to keep running in circles on this.
that is not.
You know
I'm
this,
saying
and I know this, and I feel like you're just kind of.
No, what I'm asking, so the court the Constitution only grants the court under when it comes to criminal under two matters, and that's why I asked you: is it civil? Is it civil or is it criminal? What you said is criminal, so it's not civil, right?
Sir, you can reserve your right for appeal, but I have ruled. Now, what's your next question or your next point of view? And I need to have you back here. Bring your camera back so I can see you.
Your phone froze. I didn't hear what you said. Your phone froze. You froze.
I don't know if my phone froze or your did.
Oh, my phone froze. You cut out for a second.
Okay, so do you want an attorney? I'll ask you that again.
Before I get to that, I still have to find out. I have the Sixth Amendment right to know. If I ask, I have the right to know. I'm not asking for legal advice. I'm asking for your legal intent.
Do you want a jury trial and do you want a lawyer? Those are the two things.
Before I get to that, I have to understand what jurisdiction I'm under so I can rightfully know how to defend myself.
Okay,
now.
you don't like my ruling.
You don't. So are you telling me I have to get a lawyer to understand? For the record, you just have to get a lawyer to find out what I'm going to be tried against? Is that just some type of secret jurisdiction that I shouldn't know about?
Okay, sir. Here's the deal. I'm not going to play games with you.
I'm asking
I understand the sovereign citizen position that you take.
I'm not claiming. I didn't say anything about sovereign anything, ma'am. I'm asking how the right to defend myself under my Sixth Amendment right to know. I have right to know which jurisdiction are you going to try me under, and you're telling me in order to ask me for a lawyer, and I'm like before I even go to trial, I like to know what jurisdiction am I falling up under, and you're telling me in order to find out I have to get a lawyer. So you're telling me for the record, the defendant has to get a lawyer because there's only lawyers understand what jurisdiction or what I'm going to be tried under. So that's the only way I can know. Instead of you asking me, but you have the duty to tell me under the Sixth Amendment.
Your turn to stop talking and my turn to talk. I have answered your questions. I've told you the jurisdiction. You don't like my answers, so you voice your objection for appeal and we move on. We're not going to keep playing this game, sir. Now, do you want a lawyer or do you not?
I need a lawyer for you to tell me. When I'm asking you, because you saying it's not a criminal matter, so there's a hurt party.
Sir, quit repeating yourself.
If there's a hurt party, can you present the hurt party to me?
If you keep sitting here wanting to argue with the court, I may have to find you in contempt. Is that what you're trying to get me?
I'm not arguing about the court. I'm trying to understand.
I cannot educate you and train you.
I'm not asking for educate.
If you want to sir, do you know there's a person that's going to try to type out this transcript. And if you keep talking over me, do you know what chaos you're going to cause for that transcriptionist? We have to take turns talking. I've answered your question repeatedly. Let's move on to the next question. Or the next point. You don't have any motions I can rule on because you don't have anything in the file. So are you going to hire an attorney, apply for court appointed, or continue on your waiver?
So if you're gonna try one, is there someone that was hurt to make a criminal matter? I'd like to know who it was.
Are you going to hire an attorney, apply for court appointed, or continue to waive your right and represent yourself? Keeping in mind, sir, if you waive your right to an attorney, you will be held to the same standards as a defendant with an attorney. You will be held to the same standards as the attorney. You need to know the same rules, procedures, and laws. So what are you going to do on the issue of attorney? Continue to.
I'm just simply asking you to identify the code of the written law that you're asking to do. I'm just asking you to which code is that you're bringing against me as constitutional law, because if that's a civilized law.
Taking up time. Can you not understand what I'm?
8. All right, quick update. Turns out he didn't even show up for his pretrial. Totally on brand. And I'd be shocked if he makes it to court on Wednesday either, especially since he's not legally allowed to drive. If he skips that, a warrant's going out, and next time we see him, he might be in cuffs. I'll be watching closely, and you already know I'll have the clips ready. Let me know what you thought of the judge's approach. I think she handled it like a champ. If you liked the video, hit that like and subscribe. Really helps me out. Catch you in the next one.